Good evening, everyone. Nicole here, just finishing up our, we have one more thing left in the event tonight. Penny Mormon and I will be summarizing all the awesomeness shared tonight. And this is my last one for today, but I wanted to share with you the mistake we might make when we're fearing success. I can tell you from personal experience that I'm easily distracted. Part of that is there's many reasons why we might get distracted and not finish what we started. So I want to encourage you to have the spirit of a finisher. Hi, Lonnie. Hi, Sharon. I wanted to encourage you to have a spirit of a finisher. And those of you watching here may have already completed your goal, or you have not experienced this before. You may have had some self-doubts. You might have even been derailed, even for the best of intentions. So I wanted to share with you some reasons that some of us may fear success. And if you're like me, you might have had some of these characteristics in yourself or may have experienced these things. And I'm just going to run them off here for you. So you may not complete projects, and this could be at home or at work. You may talk about what you're going to do more than what you actually do. Some people like to say that that's talking the talk or walking the talk. You work furiously on several projects at once, not really focusing deeply on any one of them. I've been guilty of this many times. Just you can see this in my house. You still have exactly the same things on your vision board that were there 5 years ago. You second guess yourself a lot. Distraction is your middle name. Again, even for the best of intentions, we can be sidetracked from our goals, whether it be finishing school, it could be finishing that special project that you wanted to do for your family or friends. It could be any number of things. So distractions, though they may be positive, you might get asked to fill in for somebody or volunteer to do something, even though it's a good cause, but it completely takes you away from the thing that you set out to do. I have done this many times in my life, and I can tell you the one reason at the end of this presentation why I didn't do it this last time. Okay, and the last thing is you may be on the verge of success and things start to go really, really wrong. So without giving too much credit to the enemy, when you are doing God's work and when you are doing something important and it's aligned with who you are and the talents that God gave you, oh my gosh, will the enemy try to steal this away from you so that you can't give glory to the person it belongs to. So what do you do if you have the fear of success? There are 3 subconscious fears I'm going to cover in this great blog post that I found a while back, and it just rings true today more than ever. You may have the fear of being too unspiritual. And what I mean by that, or what the author meant by that, is that our relationship with money and spirituality has always been very complicated. She says here that we would do anything for and what we would never do, or in short, money has a tightly woven and complicated relationship with our integrity. So we might feel like we're being judged on how we spend that money if we ever were to earn the money that we, are worth, right? Well, how would we spend that? How would we give it away? What's the judgment there? What are people judging me now for? People may also assume that because you are doing something amazing with your life and that you're trying to better yourself, that you might be just ambitious, self-ambitious. You might be a sellout. You might be hearing people or even haters saying something to you like, she's just all about herself, or, she's shallow or something like that. Some of those kinds of thought processes might be hanging around in your mind when you feel like you're not being spiritual enough about what you're doing. So what do you do about that? Well, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, guys. Not everyone is going to like you. And that was a really hard thing for me to learn and understand. This is how it's going to be all the time. Not everyone is going to appreciate what you have to offer. So you have to accept that it doesn't matter how good the information or the product or service or value that you bring, it's just not for everyone. And that's okay. So what you need to be clear is what you're willing to give yourself. Tithing is a spiritual practice and many successful people follow it. It involves donating a percentage of your income, usually 10%, to the religious organization or charity or something of your choice. You can also tithe your time and your energy through allocating the amount of time to other people without the desire to get anything in return. So that piece right there will help you overcome the fear of being unspiritual in your quest to better yourself. Now, some of you may also have the subconscious mindset and may have a fear of standing out. Now, many of you who've been watching me for a while might think that I don't get nervous and I don't have, any stage fright or anything like that, but that is farther from the truth than you could imagine. Preparing for a presentation online takes hours, sometimes weeks to prepare. It takes time to practice it, but you still may not want to stand out. So if you're fearing success, and part of that is a fear to stand out, she says the biggest truth that she was afraid of is that she didn't want to be and was afraid of being extraordinary. I don't know about you, but some of us may really struggle with that. So blending into the crowd is easy, and it means not dealing with rejection. Going out there and getting what you want requires you to be ready for a no. So you have to discipline your disappointments, gang. You have to know what you want more than anything, that someone's no is not about you, and that's okay. You might also fear making other people feel inadequate. And here's a quote by Marianne Williamson, and I want you to hear it because it's really important that we understand this author's mindset here. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just the sum of us, it's in everyone. And we let our own light shine. We unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. We are liberated from our own fear, and our presence automatically liberates them. Is that not powerful? Is that not a reason to step outside of your comfort zone and go for it with all your guts? Some of us still may be fearing change. And here's the third thing that she talks about here, is that change is natural and it's an organic part of life, and that nothing really does stay the same, even though every day it may feel like you're in a rut. What about creating a business that brings so much money in, it's easy to share and give to others? Woo, yikes, she says. To spend so much of your time juggling bills right now, could you even imagine what habits it would take to be successful? Change can be amazing and frustrating and liberating or scary. Quite often, it's very tedious character building work. It's also inevitable. So the thing is, we should probably choose what we really, really want. So part of this event this weekend is talking about investing in yourself. And I highly encourage you to do that. So what is it that you really, really want? She says that change is inevitable, and it is. And the first thing you need to do to begin this process of getting absolutely clear on what you want. Write down a description of the life that you want without any judgment. Let it pour out on paper. Next, and here's the key, and the whole theme of our event this weekend, is gather a support system around you. This could be sharing your vision of life with someone that you love and trust, finding a group of people that will come around you and help you achieve it, or it might mean that you have to hire a coach or someone who can work you and walk you through this process. I can tell you that without my personal coach, I would be completely derailed on everything that I've worked so hard for. So I'm grateful for all of you that have participated in this event this weekend. Thank you so much for pouring out your stories and why it's been important for you to invest in yourself. For me, investing in me has meant that I can give back to all of you with genuine authenticity as to something that aligns with who I am. I can be an example to my kids, my spouse, my friends, my family, and to all of you. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all again very soon.